Welcome to Inside Builder channel, open source enthusiasts, Python experts, and my dear friends. Introducing Matrix Commander, a command line interface based matrix client. Matrix Commander is a bot that is written based on Matrix Neo Python SDK. Matrix Neo is a template that is created inside the Matrix universe. And you might be thinking, okay, what is this matrix that I'm talking about? If you're new to Matrix and if you have not heard of Matrix home server or how to self-host it, what are the benefits of having Matrix home server, etc., I would suggest you to take a look at this playlist in my channel. You will come up to speed in no time. You will understand the benefits, and also you will understand the trade-offs that you are having when you are using the other communication modes at this moment. Let us get back to the presentation. Here we want to discuss about the Matrix Commander bot. So what is bot inside the Matrix home server? Bots are useful integrations or programs that make Matrix conversation fun and productive. Here what we mean is that inside the Matrix home server, you will be part of lots of different rooms, homes, different home servers and spaces, and you will have various kinds of conversations with your counterparts and like-minded people. You might want to make it more productive. At the same time, you want to collect the information, you might want to process the information, you might want to get in and out of the rooms fast, you might want to, in brief, want to become a power user. So if that is the case, then you might want to understand how to use bots. Or you might be a system admin who wants to control the room conversation and work with the users in such a way that the conversation is more productive and it's going in the positive direction. You might want to moderate the room and collect data. You want to execute some kinds of commands inside the room. If that is the use case that you're looking for, then also you can work with the bots. The discussion in this video is we are going to work on Matrix Commander. It's kind of a bot that is going to reside in your local machine. It's not going to be in the server. It's going to be in your local machine, and from your local machine you are going to connect to the server using the Matrix Commander application. It's a Python script that you're going to use and connect to the Matrix home server, the home server that you are already part of, or the home server that you are already self-hosting, whichever it is. So you can use the Matrix Commander to do that. The point I want to make here is, with respect to this video, I have introduced what is a bot right now, and what is the Matrix Commander, what is the purpose of it, and how we are going to use it, etc. I have already introduced. After this, I'll be starting to discuss about what Matrix Commander can do with comparison to the Matrix UI client, that is GUI client. So the next part of the video will be for the GUI client, and after that I'll be talking about how the Matrix Commander can be installed, and after that it will be the demo of Matrix Commander itself. If you guys are already aware of Matrix Commander, Matrix client UI like element.io, that's what I will be showing, you can directly jump to the installation part of this discussion. So you don't need to go through this entire process if you are already aware of how to use the Matrix UI client. I am giving you a heads up that I will also be discussing about the introduction about the developer tools and also the / commands that you can use inside the Matrix rooms. So if you want to understand those things, you can actually continue watching this video as it is. What the CLI based, that is command line interface based bot or the program can do. It can do everything that the UI based client like element.io can do, and it can do much more. I want to discuss on what the client UI can do. For that, I'm going to go to the browser, and I have already launched one user called Commander K, and I have logged in to that user to my home server. In another one, incognito browser, I have logged in as a separate user called as demo user. So the username is demo user here, and here it is Kamal at max.reconline.in, and here it is demo user.max.reconline.in. The purpose of creating such a things in parallel is that you will see what the Matrix UI client is capable of. Let's dive in. First, the Matrix UI client can log in. So here I have not shown you how the login works, but it's a pretty straightforward process. There are lots of videos that discuss this aspect, so I am not going to touch this. Next, you can create the rooms inside the Matrix home server. For that, you have to click. So there are inside the Matrix UI client like element.io, you will have the area where there will be messages that is flowing, and you will have a sidebar where you will have the various peoples, the various rooms you are part of, and here there are various spaces that you are part of. You can create a space, you can create a room here, and you can invite people also. What I'm going to do now in Commander case user interface, I'm going to start a new chat. So when I click on start a new chat, immediately I can, it is start a new chat is basically a DM, direct messages to a particular user. So I'm going to select this user because this is the user that I am awaiting to connect with. So I'm going to say go, and the moment I do this, the demo user chat gets initiated. And you can see that in this location, I am not still able to see any demo user or any people here. But the moment I say hi here, it creates the room, and the room has been created, and this particular area gets filled with the demo user name. And in this demo user's interface, we can see that Commander K has sent an invite. And if I click on this, you will see it is the Matrix server is offering that at kamal.max.reconline.in wants to chat. Do you want to start chatting? So I say, let's start chatting. The moment I say start chatting, you see demo user join the room, and the Commander K is also given the information that demo user has joined. So I continue the discussion. So I say, let's continue the discussion with message 1. This is a basic message that I am transferring for you guys to understand what is happening. You see that we can invite the users, we can create the rooms, and in fact, you can actually create a separate room. You can create a new room, and you can say test room 1, and I can give the topic, which is this room is created for demo 1. This is the demo 1 that I'm creating, and I'm making this public room. And once I make this public room, I need to give an address for my public room. So I say the address is test room 1. The moment I say test room 1, you see that the address is already in use. So inside my this particular server, the test room 1 is already there, so it's not accepting. So I'm going to say test room 2. The moment I say test room 2, the public address is accepted, and then if you want, we can actually block anyone, because I'm creating a public room. I can actually block someone who is outside this particular domain from connecting to this room. So that is also possible, but here I am going to use it only for the demo, so I'm going to leave it as it is. So I'm going to create the room. The moment I create the room, you can see that to this particular room I can start inviting people. So I click on invite, and again in this new room I am going to invite demo user. The moment I invite demo user, you can see in demo user interface, client interface, I see there is a new invite. Do you want to join the test room 1? So this is a little bit confusing, because the public name that I am provided to the test room is test room 2, but the actual name that I have given is test room 1. So demo user joins the room, and I can start sending the message. So this time I want to send the message. This is the first message from demo user to commander K. And then once I do this, the communication has been established, and you can see that the message that has been sent by demo user has reached the commander K user. Now let me jump to the interesting part where we can do some interesting slash commands. So first, once you type the slash, like the way I've done here, if you type the slash, and if you look at the various options, you will see there are various funny things that you can also do. For that matter, if you say table flip, so you will see that someone is flipping the table, and that message is actually going to demo user also inside the room. Next, what you can do is you can actually send messages that is in HTML style. So if I'm going to say this is going to be heading style, and if I close it like this, this is actually, I'm closing it in the HTML tag, and you see that the font is completely different. It's bold and it's big. It's like a heading that is used inside the HTML page. You can control these things from the slash commands. And most importantly, you can invite someone. So I can say invite test1. He's a user that I've already created, but he's not online, but I can invite them using the slash command. So this is one of the things that you can do, and you will see that the information that commander K has invited test1 to this particular room. So you can see that here also. The communication is transparent inside the rooms. Whatever a particular user does is shared with all the other users. Before I proceed, I want you guys to take a look at a couple of other options that is available in the room. So let me reduce this and let me go to the test room. Let me click this. Once you click on this test room, you will see that there are notifications, there is favorite, whether you want to make this room favorite. If you click this, the room will be favorited. So this room has been favorited, and if you come here, you can see favorites. Test room 1 is become the favorite of commander K. There are 2 people in this room. If you click here, you can see that there are 2 people here. You can actually access that from here also. In case of demo user, the demo user power is default. Okay, and the person who created the room has the maximum power level. This is one of the important concepts of Matrix home servers that you guys have to understand. The power level is the way the users the experience of the rooms can be controlled. The moderator bots that you're going to create has to be sometimes given moderator level power user. If you scroll down further, we can control whether we can deactivate the user, we can remove the recent messages from this particular user, etc. Next, we can see there are lots of threads that you can create, and you can search for the information inside the room. You can create a video call, you can start a voice call. All these things are possible, and all these options are available in the UI in the smartphone also. If you are going to use Android or if you are going to use iOS, there is a separate application for these element.io that you can get for smartphones too. Let's come to this room. So you see that in case of test room 1, in the demo user interface, that right now the reading, the message that has been read by the demo user is at commander K invited test1. So you can see that the tag here had moved to this location, and also it shows at what time this user has looked at it and what is the user details. All this information gets updated here. In this way, it's, as I was telling, it's very open server, and you can control a lot of things. Here also you can see the discussion that has been started. So like this, you can do a lot of stuff inside the UI. Let's get back to the slash command. We can work upon the avatars. We can work upon get the topic. We can change the topic also. But in order to do these topic changes, you have to be admin, and we can send interesting things to the other user. So we can say Snowfall. So if I say /Snowfall, and if I say hi there, you will see that the snowfall happens, and it is happening in the test room also. So just a minute, let me do that again. Let me do it right now with some other thing. So let me send so there are lots of messages options available. So let me say fireworks, hi there. And the moment this message is sent from this particular user, the fireworks gets started inside the other user also. So like this, the experience inside the room can be made very interesting. Now comes the important part. So we saw how you can invite the user using / commands. There are other commands that you can do inside the room also by using the / commands. I would like you to explore this. You can actually go to various rooms, you can join the room, you can remove, you can leave the room. So for that matter, let me actually part from this room, and let me say test room 1. So when you're going to give the room address, you need to actually make it started with the hashtag, and let me say rec online.in. Okay, so you might actually get such kind of error. Here it's saying test room 1 is unrecognized. So what you can do is, this is because the public address that I'm giving might be wrong. The public address of the room that I wanted to leave was test room 2. This has to be known. So how will I know this? So if you come to the / commands, okay, just a minute. Since the demo user has left the room, I can click this room and I can only forget the room. I cannot get any of the information here. But in the commander K interface, I can go to test room, I can go to settings, and here I can see the room address. So here you can see the room address. The main room address is test room 2. This is the address through which the rest of the users can control whether to join or leave the room from here. This is something that you guys have to understand, and this is inside the general part, general tab inside the settings. Apart from this, the room addresses, that is published address and the local address, there are URL previews. You don't need to worry about the URL previews at this moment. As you progress, if you become a system admin, yes, that time you will be able to understand. You see there is a room topic. Let's go to the next step. In security and privacy, you can control the access of the room, but in order to control the access of the room, you have to be the admin of the room. You must have created the room, or else you wouldn't be able to control this. Who can read the history and to what level? All these things you can check it here. Moving further, roles and permissions. So this is where the various kinds of permissions that you can award to the users who are invited into the room can be seen. So by default, the users who are getting invited have a default role, meaning they have a very bare minimum power level. They can only send messages. There are moderators who can do the invitation, changing the settings, removing the user, banning the user. Lot of things the moderators can do. Only the admin can change the permissions, who can change the history, visibility, etc. You can see the difference here, right? You need to actually go through these things and understand how these things are controlled, especially this part, changing server ACLs. If you're going to moderate a particular room, then you need to create a bot that is going to moderate, and that particular bot needs to have admin rights, or else it will not be able to control the ACLs. Enabling room encryption, and see, to change topic, you have to be at least a moderator level power. You can get the events and rest of the things like sending reactions, removing the messages. All those things is default, so anybody can remove the messages. That is nothing wrong. If someone doesn't like the message in the room, they can remove it also. So these things you can check it out. Next is notification. So in notification, whether the notification for all the messages will it be coming or only for mentions, you can actually change these things. This is polls history and advanced. In this advanced, you will see the name with which the internal home server looks at the room. So with that only you can actually get this information. This was the setting. You can copy room link, you can change the priority of the room, you can check the files, you can work with the widgets. I'm not going to touch these things. I would let you guys to explore these things, but most important thing is developer tools. This developer tools gives you more information about the state of the room. The message events that you are seeing is different from the state of the room. So state of the room gives you more information about what is happening underneath the messages that is going on. So if you click on the room state, you can see there are lots of additional information that you can get. So if you click on the room power levels, you can see the various power levels that is available in this room. If you click on back, if you say room.member, so you can see who are the members of this room. If you want to create a room, so you can click this and you will create a room. If you click on this, you will see the room name that has been created. So the reason why I showed all these things to you guys is that you can understand the next step, where matrix commander can work at the API level and do all these things using Python. Now we have seen what the client UI can do. Now we can start thinking about what matrix commander can do. So before I jump into telling how to get matrix commander and how to install it, etc., I am going to show you next what matrix commander can do. We are in the terminal right now. In the terminal, I am inside the matrix commander folder. In the matrix commander folder, I am going to execute this matrix underscore commander.py. This is one of the scripts that I'm going to use, and I'm going to ask this question: who am I? This is the first question I'm going to ask. And the moment I ask this question, the reply comes that it is at kamal max.reconline.in. I'm going to say matrix underscore commander.py. I'm going to send a message, and this message is from CLI, and I'm going to send it to a room, and the room name is test room 2 max.reconline.in, and I'm going to press enter. The moment I press enter, what is going to happen is the message is going to be sent by the Kamal user to that room. Let me go to the CLI right now, and you'll see that the message that I sent from the command line has been delivered to the room. So this is the test room. We can change the debug level so that we don't need to look at all these things, but I am keeping it open so that you guys can also see what is going on. In order to get the matrix commander, you have to visit this particular GitHub repo. You can clone this particular repo and you can start working on the next steps, or you can get the matrix commander using pip installation also. In both the cases, whether you are going to use pip clone, pip installation of matrix commander, or cloning the repo itself, in both the cases you will have to have certain prerequisites. The prerequisites are: you should at least have a Python that is having a version more than 3.8. You need to install libom under -dev. I am assuming that you are having Ubuntu operating system. You can use sudo apt install libom -dev. This libom is required for the encryption to work, end-to-end encryption to work, and that is a requirement for Matrix Neo Python SDK. Without that, Matrix Neo will not work, and if Matrix Neo Python SDK does not work, then Matrix Commander will not work. So this is very important prerequisite. Next, you need to install Python 3 pip. without, most of the time Ubuntu, if you are going to install it newly, you will not have pip. So ensure that you are going to install this, and after that you should upgrade the pip. What happens is, if you don't upgrade, couple of libraries that is required for matrix commander will not get installed, especially the attrs attributes package doesn't get installed, and because of that the commander doesn't work properly. So ensure that you do the installation of pip also, upgrading the installation also. If you have cloned the repo that you see here, then you can do a pip3 install -r requirements.txt. That should take care of the complete installation. After you do the complete the installation, then you need to do the chmod of the matrix commander, matrix_commander.py, and matrix commander tui. This is the way to get the matrix commander. So let me go to the CLI right now, and let me show you all these things in action. So what will happen is, I already have a virtual box that I'm running inside Windows, and I have to do git clone. So I have opened the repo itself for you guys to take a look. This particular link I'll be sharing in the description also, so you don't need to worry about it. There is only one matrix commander moreover, and this matrix commander repo itself has lots of information. The developer has not just developed matrix commander in one language, he has developed in multiple other languages also. So do check it out, check the repo, and do start this particular repository so that it can be visible to many newcomers. And also, if you are good in programming, do fork it and start contributing to the repository. So the commander provides all the information that I'm going to share it with you. There are lots of features, as you can see here. I just told you only a couple of it. There are almost 90 to 95 different features or activities that matrix command line interface can do. So you can see that all this has been listed here. Apart from that, as you scroll down, you will see how to first of all log in. So I'll be showing you how to log in a couple of minutes. You'll be seeing it, and then you can do the verification, and then you can start sending the messages. You can do a pip install matrix commander, or you can clone the repository itself by using the git clone option. So if you come here, you can select the HTTPS option, click on this copy option, go here, and you can git clone, and you can just execute this command. Once you execute this command, you will get the matrix-commander folder here. So this is the matrix-commander folder, and this folder, what you see here, is same as the one that you are seeing in the repository. Okay, so once you have done the cloning, what you have to do next is you have to go change into the matrix commander repository, and then you will see there is a requirements.txt. So before you start installing the requirements.txt, ensure that you have done sudo apt install libol.dev. This is important, and once you execute it, in my case it will be asking me the password, and in my case I've already installed it, so it is saying that it is the newest version. This is the first step that you have to do, and second step, you have to install python 3-pip, so that you don't end up with the error that pip is not installed. And once this is done, you have to do python m pip install upgrade pip. So once you do this, you will see, okay, so here there is an error because the version has to be python 3, then only it will work. And once you have done these 3 steps, then go ahead and use the, so in this case it's actually installing it again. It's okay, you don't need to worry about it. Even if there is an installation, it will still, if there is a new version, it will pull it. Once this installation is complete and you see that pip 23.3 or whatever version is there, then you can do pip install, or you can actually say pip3 install also. Pip3 install -r and requirements.txt. And once you do that, in my case, even though I have installed it, it will again go through the entire process, but you will see that the requirement has been already satisfied. and all the necessary libraries are installed. The matrix commander related scripts are inside this matrix underscore commander folder. So it is here. So you can see there is matrix hyphen commander, there is matrix underscore commander.py, and there is matrix commander ty. All these three commands has to be executable. So for that you have to say chmod 755 and you have to say matrix commander. So you have to do a sudo or else it will not work. So you have to do a sudo like this, then only it will work. Do these things for each of the script and executable separately. So once you execute this, it will ask you for the password. In my case, it's already done. So it will ask you for the password, and you can see there is a subtle change. In case of the Python script, it is underscore, and you have to do the chmod again. So once you have done the chmod, you need to log in. Let me sign out from here. So once I sign out, what will happen is I will get this kind of a user interface where I can edit the home server and I can provide the home server name. I can continue. Once I do this continue, I can give the username and password and I can sign in. So this is the process that I need to use. And as you see already that I have to click multiple things. I have to give multiple information, right? And then after I do all these things, I come into the user interface. Got it? The same thing when I'm doing in commander, in matrix commander, what will happen is it will be like this. So if I'm going to do matrix hyphen commander, so this is the command that you need to use for logging in. And if I say login, the login, after login, I need to say with what I'm going to log in. So I'm going to say password. So this is the option that you need to use. So if you come to the interface here, if you scroll down, let me do a search. Yeah, you can see that in the examples of calling matrix commander, you can see the first command that you can do is matrix hyphen commander login password. This is the first run that you need to do. After that only you can start working on the other steps. Now let us proceed. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to say login with the password. Here you can see that in my case there is already a credentials.json existing. That is why it is saying an error and it is not continuing with the login. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say rm fr credentials. I'm going to remove it. Again, I'm going to start the login process, but this time it will start the login. Okay. The login was used, but the store already exists. There is another one error that is getting created because the login process not just creates the credentials.json, it also creates one more folder called store. So that is also needs to be removed. So I'm going to say rm fr store folder. So I have done that. Let me again retry the login process. So I expect that now it is asking me the home server URL. In the client UI, when I showed it to you a couple of minutes back, it asked me the home server URL, right? So right, the same way I need to provide the home server URL here. So in my case, it is max.reconline.in. That is a home server, and then the username that I'm going to use is Kamal max.reconline.in. that is a username, and it is asking me the password. So I'm going to give the password, and once the password has been provided, it asks me which device name I need to use. In case of matrix, everything has a device name, because the same user, like as you see here, same user Kamal can log in from the CLI and he can log in from the application, that is the app in the Android. He can log in from the browser and in multiple browsers for that matter. So all these logins are created as separate devices inside the matrix server. So that is why you need to give a name. So you just give a regular name. Next, we need to give a default room ID. In my case, I am going to give a default room ID of test room 2. This is the room that I created in this particular video. So I'm going to use that. You can use any other room also that you have created, And next, once that is done, it is asking me, okay, so these are the various information that you have provided to me. It does not share the password. You can see that here it is not sharing the password. I think I have given the password wrong, but let me see how it works. Let me say yes, and once I give the yes, so it tries to connect with the server, and here you can see that uh, it is creating a new OLM account. So this is creating an encrypted account, and it has been logged in and it has been successful using the password method. And it is also telling that consider moving the credentials file to the config/matrix commander, because once you move it there, it will be much more safer. Once this particular step has been completed, you are logged in. The same way that you are logged in this location, right now you are logged in here also. There are multiple ways of actually getting help in case of matrix commander. So that is one thing that I want you guys to check it out. Just give me a moment. Okay, the issue here is I should be using this. The reason why it is not it did not work in the alias step is I did not use that dot slash that is required if you are going to execute the executable. So here you can see that various commands that you can use with matrix commander, and you can go through these things. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you a couple of important commands that you will be using more often, and that you can actually experiment with as a first step. One of the first things that you can do with the matrix commander is that you can start sending the messages. So if I do the matrix commander and if I start with M, this is the message after login, and I have to give the room name, and the room name is okay, if I even don't give the room name, if I just send this message, what will happen is by default this particular command will execute on the default room name that we provided. So the default room name that we provided was test room 2. If you remember it, if you go to the test room 2 right now, you will see that the same message, this is the message after login, has been registered here. So let me open the other area also, so you can see that in the demo user also you can see that this message is after login. So now what is happening is that you actually don't need this UI. You don't need this UI. You don't need to have a browser for that matter. So if you are working with a command line interface using an SSH server, you can still get the things done. So if you are trying to create an IoT device, if you are working from Raspberry Pi and you are having only the SSH there, having this client is going to be really, really helpful. Also keep one thing in mind. Whenever you are going to use the IoT based devices like Raspberry Pi or etc., the clients that you are going to use has to be ARM based clients, ARM based clients, because the processor in case of Raspberry Pi is different. Next, what we can do is we can actually change the display name. Like in my case, I have the name as set display name. The display name that has been set is Commander K. So if I want to say set display name as Kamal, so I just want to change it back, and if I do that, then what will happen is the display name that I'm having for my user will change. So you see there is no any update here, but if you go back to the user interface, you can see that the Commander K changed their display name to Kamal. So you can see that it has been changed. So I did not touch anything, and you can also check it here. Now it is showing as Kamal here. As you saw in the initial step that there was lots of log that is coming out. So I can change the verbosity of the log that the bot is giving out. I can change that. I can change the way I am interacting with it, and I can send multiple messages. You can see this here. So let me go here, and if I'm going to send this is the first message. So let me say this is the message 1 and I'm going to again have another one flag, and I'm going to say this is the message to, and let me press enter, and you'll see that it processes it. And in the meantime, let me open the clients so that you guys can see what is happening. You can see there are two messages here. So with single command, I executed two messages. In the same way, in the single command, I can send messages to multiple rooms also. It's not that I can only send multiple messages, I can send it to multiple rooms. So for that matter, I have test room here. I'm going to create one more room. So I'm going, this time the room is created by the demo user. Okay. So I'm going to say demo user room, demo user demo room. So let us say demo room, and I'm making this public, and I'm going to give the room address as demo room, and you see that the address is available. And once I do this, here what I can do is I can actually join the demo room. So let me show you how to join the demo room right now. So if you go to the help here available, so you can see that I can actually, there are a couple of so here you can see that I can use this to join the room. So let me go to the command line, and let me again call matrix commander and room join, and in this case the room, I don't need to give that, and I need to give the room alias. So there are two ways. So there are room ID that I can use, and I can use room alias. I am going to show both of these things to you. So I'm going to first show it to you with the room alias. So the alias is going to start with hash, and the name is demo room max.reconline.in. and once I do this, the user that is part of this, you can see that Kamal has joined the room, this particular room, and successfully. So if you go to the user interface right now, you will see that I have joined the demo user room. So demo room, you see that I have joined under Kamal, and if you go to the other interface here, you can see that Kamal has joined this room. Now let us go to the next step where we resolve the room alias. So for resolving the room alias, the command is matrix commander and room resolve alias. Alias is the command, and I am going to give the alias name for it, max reconline.in, and I am going to execute this. So room resolve alias is one of the flags that is available, and you can see that demo room is resolved into this particular alias, and this is the ID of the room. And the same way, let me try to resolve the test room also, test room 1. So let me try to resolve this, and let us see if there is an error, or if it is, whether it is able to get the room. So it is able to get me the alias. Now I have the ID of the rooms. So let me copy that, and I'm going to resend this particular message. So testing the message on 2 rooms with their IDs. So this is the first ID that I'm going to use for the demo room. I already copied it, just now I did that, and I'm going to click here, and it has pasted the entire ID from here, and I'm going to copy the second ID here. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to use it here. Okay, and now I'm going to test this. Okay, so here we see that it is actually throwing an error. So it is saying that the bash is not able to find this particular event. So this is happening because sometimes you need to sometimes you have to escape the commands. So let me do this, and let me escape this with the backslash. So let me execute this right now. So if you're getting such an error, it is because that it is unable to send the it is unable to parse the messages. So even when I'm actually sending it through the ID, I am facing some problems because I think that there is some other issue that I am facing, because of which I am not able to send the details. So again, here also I am not able to send the details to the test room 1. So let us, but for the demo room, I think, yeah, I am able to send it to the demo room, but for the test room 1, I am unable to send it. So this is something that I will have to review it, and I can get back to you in the later discussion. But you guys got an idea how you can actually work with multiple messages. You can send it to multiple rooms, you can send it to multiple users also. For users also, there are various options that is available, not just the rooms. You can actually invite the users, you can invite the users to a particular room. You can see that you can actually send the messages, you can invite them, you can kick them out of the room. I believe that you guys got a fair idea on how to work with matrix commander, and you also understood the how the bot works, and how to get access to matrix commander, what the UI clients can do, and also you saw, I mean, what we introduced, what is bot, etc. So the next video I'll be trying to give an idea on Mattermost, where you can create a bridge between Mattermost and WhatsApp. So that is the next video that I'm planning. So stay tuned for that video. Till the next video, practice the ideas that has been shared in this. Try to install and see what kind of challenges you face. Try to do the installation in Linux, because libone-dev is in Linux, so keep that in mind. So with all this things said, I believe that you had learned some two things from this video. Do leave a like and subscribe to my channel for further updates on similar kind of videos. See you guys. Have a great time.